With Xabi Alonso leaving Bayer Leverkusen at the end of this season and off to Real Madrid to replace Carlo Ancelotti as he goes over to be Brazil's national team manager, one man is now the new manager. Formerly known for Manchester United in the trolley of Manchester United, Erik Ten Hag, Erik Baldy, he joins Bayer Leverkusen to join them and try and get them back to top of the table after finishing second this season after they won the title in the first time in however long last season, doing it invincible as well. We are joined here by Bayer Leverkusen, but not only are they losing Xabi Alonso, they are more than likely losing two of their best players in the name of Florian Wirtz and Frimpong, both going over to Liverpool in the summer. So this team is going to need some help, but they are going to get some money for those transfers for sure. So that will help stabilize them. We are going to join here to try and win the Bayern League here, the Bundesliga here, as well as the Champions League. So let's jump into the rebuild. Now, I normally don't like three backs, and quite honestly, I quite literally hate three backs, but we'll keep it for the time being, at least for the time being. I have listed Frimpong and Florian Wirtz on the transfer list. They will be sold in August, or in this January, or this summer transfer window, I should be saying here. And if nobody comes for him, I'll just force the moves over to Liverpool on final deadline day, and then we'll go from there for both guys. It's not set in stone that Florian Wirtz will be going over to Liverpool. In fact, over the recent hours and in the last couple of days now, Real Madrid are interested in maybe that Florian Wirtz and Xabi Alonso connection can go ahead and link that up as well. But for now, Florian Wirtz and Frimpong are still here, but they are on the transfer list. Granit Xhaka is obviously a great midfield option for us. Palacios as well. Gramado as a left mid. Patrick Schick at striker, and Adley is our current cam. We are going to be looking for two cams essentially here to replace them, and then also possibly a new center back as well. There is one man that apparently Erik Ten Hag already on his short list. I can't sign him this season, but it is Anthony. Now, one man that is apparently linked to Bayer Leverkusen and definitely will be leaving Manchester United in the summer is Alejandro Garnacho. The Argentine youngster will be looking to move out, and he's actually kind of currently favored, rumored, the highest rumors, Arsenal, so staying in the Premier League. But there is some links up to Bayer Leverkusen according to this transfer website here. So we bring him in. Alejandro Garnacho, he's a cam on the game, so we don't have to worry about playing him in left mid. He will be our cam here, one of the two cams in the team here. So welcome to the club for $24 million from Manchester United. Now, another cam that they are interested in at Bayer Leverkusen, and I assume a lot of teams are, is a youngster in the name of, I'm not going to be able to pronounce it, so I'll just show you all the name here. His first name is Giannis Constantelios. He's going to come in as a 21-year-old, 76 overall cam. I'm going to bring him in for 17 million, or 18 million, I should say. I'm going to try and loan him out. And that is what the plan is. We're going to try and loan him out for the season to see him grow. Nathan Tella has a transfer offer accepted for 32.8 million. I say transfer offer accepted. It was a release clause that got triggered. I didn't get notified of. So yeah, he's gone. We're also looking to possibly move on Jeremie Frimpong off to Newcastle for 77 million. You know what? Sure, he's going over to the Premier League. He might not be Liverpool, but it's Premier League. He's off in real life, so goodbye to him. We also say goodbye to Hoffman. He's off to 16.1 million for Crystal Palace. Now, this is an interesting transfer offer for Florian Wirtz plus Gabriel Martinelli. The question is, Gramado, we could move Gramado to a center mid season 2. Is Martinelli cam worthy in all honesty? In fact, let me see. Let me do some real quick. On the game, he is at 81 as a cam. So he doesn't really lose too many. He just loses one as a moment as a cam. Do we do this? Bring in Florian Wirtz, or say goodbye to Florian Wirtz like we kind of have to. Say hello to Gabriel Martinelli and possibly be a cam, or do we move Gramado to center mid where he can play for sure and possibly go up rating as well? If it's FC24, he will go up massive ratings from a left mid to center mid, but not a left back to center mid like it was last season. I think we do this. 129 to 215. I mean, they're offering 78 plus 41. So what is that, 100 and something? We could get close to 200 million for this guy. I might just accept it and just take the bullet. We get 78 million plus him, so sure. And we get Martinelli for pretty much free. I'll take it. I think Grimaldo will be moved to center mid. And when this is us saying goodbye to Frimpong, he is off to Newcastle for 77 million. I do have a plan for him. It actually involves Arsenal as well, but it is just a loan position at the moment, and we'll see if it works out this first season. If it doesn't, then we'll go for somebody permanent and better next season. We say hello to our new #1 goalkeeper. We're here, Decky. He was 83 overall, so I was happy to keep him. I just didn't realize he was 34 years of age, so we are selling him. And he'll be off to Frankfurt in a couple of moments. So, Johan Garcia, heavily linked to moves to the Premier League and possibly Real Madrid. But he is going to come into Bayer Leverkusen in Germany and be our new #1 goalkeeper. And here we go. Ethan Warneri, a loan to Bayer Leverkusen to replace Frimpong essentially at that right mid situation. We are changing to a right mid, so he plays that right mid and not right wing and all that other stuff. He has a loan deal. Yeah, we'll see if we want to keep him at the end of the season, in all honesty. If not, we'll go somewhere else for next season, and we'll look for someone else. And there it is. I don't know when he's going to come through. Maybe now. Gabriel Martinelli. Well, first he's going to show Florian Wirtz. Actually won't show Martinelli coming into the squad. Martinelli will come in. Florian Wirtz is gone. This is Hirodeki saying goodbye to that, but it is Florian Wirtz done. Gabriel Martinelli, welcome to the squad. It's a whole bunch of mix-up in there. That was kind of confusing. There's Hirodeki gone. That's the graphic showing up. 7.5 million over to Frankfurt. We say goodbye to him. Vamos. And so this is how the team looks like for this first season. Johan Garcia in that, Tapsoba, Ta, and Hincapi as a back three. Grimaldo and Palacios as a midfield. If Granit Xhaka wants to play as a CDM in a CM role, I hope that does happen, but I just have a feeling that Palacios, because it's center mid and that CDM, that Palacios will play there. Martinelli and Ethan Warneri, two Arsenal players. I did not plan on both of them. I planned on one of them in Ethan Warneri. Martinelli just came up in a Florian Wirtz deal, and honestly, Florian Wirtz to Arsenal sounds perfect, in all honesty. Alejandro Garnacho as a cam. Adley will play cam as well. We actually don't have another cam. We sold Hoffman, we sold Wirtz, we sold... no, we didn't sell Adley. Adley was the other cam originally. We loaned out the cam that we did buy, so he's off the loan. And then Patrick Schick is our striker with Boniface in the bench as well. We'll see what these boys can do. If we win the Champions League on the first time this season, that'd be a miracle. I'm going to do contract extensions, and then I'll see you at the end of January. And at the halfway point of the league, or just over the halfway point, we are tied with first place Bayern Munich. Tied on points, quite literally tied in every single area except for the fact that they've scored one more goal than us. That's the only thing separating us right now, is one single goal for. That is absurd. That is about as tight as you can possibly get. In the DFB Pokal, we are in the quarterfinals where we are taking on Köln in the quarterfinals. That in the Champions League, are we in the playoffs? We are, unfortunately, in the playoffs. We finished 23rd. We nearly didn't make the playoffs. Holy cow. And in fact, Atletico Madrid didn't. RB Leipzig was the first team out. Juventus didn't. I think I just seen Arsenal. Arsenal didn't make it. What in the heck is going on in the Champions League? We finished 23rd. Who are we taking on the playoffs? Benfica. Benfica finished. They went ahead and finished what? 10th? No, they finished 9th. So they missed out by goal difference and other stuff. Manchester City also in the playoffs as well as Bayern Munich. What's going on? What's the top 8? Stayed Brest Choice 29, just like real life. Weren't they real life? No, they were in the playoffs, weren't they? But still, what? Real Madrid obviously going 8 for 8. That's about as, yeah. Celtic is in there somehow. Sporting is in there somehow. Well then, this is a weird Champions League group phase. I don't expect to win the Champions League this season, so we'll just go through. And in fact, we'll go to this game here against Bayern Munich, because that'll probably be a key factor, more key factor than the Champions League. I'll talk over the Champions League if we need to do. DFB Pokal against Köln. We pick up man of the match. Bayer Leverkusen 2-1. Champions League, it's not round of 16. It is playoff. We lose 3-0 against Bayer Leverkusen. Wow. Okay, well, we're out of the Champo. Going into this game, we are 3 points behind them. Do we have a game in hand or something, or is that just how it is? That's just how it is. We lost, unfortunately. We lost? I didn't even realize we lost. I know. Okay, well, we lost. The team is vaccinated, which is good to know. I wonder what team is playing on simulations. A 1-1 draw is better result for them. Obviously, we still remain 3 points behind us. And we move on to the end of the season, in all honesty, because we're going to get knocked out of the Champions League. And we won't win the league. So as long as we finish in Champions League spot, that's all I care about at this point. And at the end of the season, we might have come up short in the T-League again. But we at least finished in a Champions League spot. Did we win the DFB Pokal? No. It's Hoffenheim and Borussia Dortmund in the final of that. We actually lost to Borussia Dortmund in the semifinals to Borussia Dortmund in the DFB Pokal. So no for us. The question is, how did Waneri do? That is a real question. Ethan Waneri. He got 24 goals. Adley had 21. Palacios had 9. Palacios playing 48 games, which means he played instead of Granit Xhaka, but he didn't play instead of Granit Xhaka. That's weird. Where did he play? Don't know. Don't care. Martinelli had 9 goals and 3 assists. Patrick Schick had 5 goals. Did Adley play a striker? Adley might have played a striker. Ethan Waneri, he's up to 77. He had 4 goals and 2 assists. I'm going to be honest. I think we keep Ethan Waneri. I think we do it. And we start Season 2 by weakening our rivals, or at least one of our rivals, in Borussia Dortmund. We say hello to Schlotterbeck. He comes over from Borussia Dortmund over to Bayer Leverkusen. It's not the Dortmund to Bayern pipeline that it always is. There, everybody from Germany to Bayern pipeline. This time it's Dortmund to Leverkusen pipeline here. He will join alongside not Upamecano, but Hincapié and Costanuro, or the other one, Tapsoba. Tapsoba it is. Also, Jonathan Tah in real life is actually going to Bayern Munich, so maybe we should release Jonathan Tah now in Season 2. And that is something I guess I could theoretically do as well. And that is something I will do. I know he's going to Bayern Munich in real life. Jonathan Tah, is it Jonathan Tah? Never mind, I'm not releasing Jonathan Tah, never mind. He's the 87 overall. That is dumb of me if I did that. Can I make Tapsoba rotational? No, he wants important. Hincapié wants important as well. That is going to be an interesting mess. And I don't know how much of a rumor this actually is, or legitimacy to this rumor, but Antony in the second season, obviously I don't expect him to be staying at Manchester United after his loan spell, and possibly going over to Real Betis and making that a permanent deal. But a certain Ten Hag could be interested in him, and so we are going to bring him in. I know we have Ethan Waneri, and he can sit on the bench. So Anthony's going to come into the squad. Welcome to Bayer Leverkusen. We say goodbye to Patrick Schick. He is off to Manchester United for 55 million. Andrik, he feeds that Germany to Bayern Munich pipeline. He's off to Bayern Munich. We just didn't need him. He was never really a part of our plans anyway, so we'll wrap up the money for him. We say goodbye to Adley as well. He is off to Leipzig for 33 million. And just over halfway through the league, we sit first. This time 7 points clear off of Borussia Dortmund. Bayern Munich are sitting in 4th. They are sitting in 4th at the moment. We are there. DFB Pokal, are we in the quarterfinals? We are. We have a matchup against Gladbach in the Champions League. We're in the playoffs again. We finished 19th this time in the league playoffs. How's the top 8? The top 8 stabilizes a little bit with Liverpool, Arsenal, PSG, Man City, Barcelona, Juventus, Marseille as an outlier, and Man United in there as well. Real Madrid are down in the playoffs. They finished in 22nd. They are one of the outliers that didn't finish in the top 8. So we are in the playoff there. We are taking on against PSV. I do expect to get past them this time around, and we will submit from here because maybe we can make a run this season. I have a better feeling this time around than last. First leg here against PSV. We win 3-0. Okay, so we're through to the next round of the Champions League. Vamos. I mean, we better not ball it here off of simulation. We was up 3. They got mad. Okay, we win 5-2, which is 2-2 on the day. 5-2 on aggregate. Here we go. First leg up, and we get Barcelona in the round of 16. That is absurd. A 1-1 draw. Now, this is a massive game here. This is for them to close a gap to 7, from 7 to 6, or us to extend it to 10. And we extend it to 10. We are 10 points clear top of the table over Borussia Dortmund. We will win the Bayern League. We will win the Bayern League, the Bundesliga here this season. Second leg here, 1-1. We're over to the fake camp. No, and somehow we win. Constant and Boniface in 2 minutes period sends us to the semifinals of the Champions League. We knock down Barcelona. What is going on here? Roma, oh no, Roma did not win. PSG beat Roma, they scraped by. Real Sociedad beat Manchester United. Liverpool beat Leipzig. Atletico Madrid beat Manchester City. Marseille beat AC Milan on penalties. Arsenal beat Inter Milan on aggregate. And then Juventus get knocked out to Monaco, and Leverkusen obviously take down Barcelona. Are we turning into favorites of this tournament? We could be. And in the quarterfinals, it's Atletico Madrid versus Arsenal, Marseille versus Real Sociedad, Leverkusen versus AS Monaco, and PSG versus Liverpool. Here is the first leg at home in Germany. A quick sim and a 3-2 loss. No subs at all made in this game, by the way. It's absurd. But Martinelli and then Anthony in the 83rd minute. A 3-2 win. Second leg here against AS Monaco. Oh, a 3-1 win. And we are into the next round. Henrique picked up a red card for them in the 16th minute. Kind of set the tone for the game. Anthony scored in the 21st. Mika in the 42 to level things up there. Martinelli leveled it on aggregate in the 54th. And then the winner in the 84th minute winner for Grimaldo. 5-4 on aggregate. We are into the semifinals of the Champions League. Semi-final of the Champions League. It's Real Sociedad up 2-1 on the first leg against PSG. It's Arsenal versus Bayer Leverkusen in the semifinals. Let's see who's going to advance to the final of the Champo. Second leg? It's the first leg for us. No Garnacho. He's out suspended. And a 1-1 draw will have to do. Martinelli and Oh, I have 3 former Arsenal players taking on Arsenal. 2 starters and Ethan Neri on the bench. But here we go, a 1-1 draw in the first leg. Martinelli's out for the second leg. Ethan Nwaneri takes Martinelli's spot because he is suspended for this game. A quick sim here against Arsenal, and Castellanos in the 78th minute sends Bayer Leverkusen to the semifinals. It's taken 78 minutes. Quite literally, nothing happened in the first 45, and only 4 changes in the entirety of the game, in which included that 61 overall left mid that I was fearful if I just quick simmed it and let the game change Martinelli would start. We're in the semifinals. We're in the final of the Champions League. And there was a point where we actually almost bottled this league as well. There was a chance we almost bottled the league. It was what, 10 points after the Dortmund game? That got chopped down to 5 points. And now we are back to 12 points ahead of them with 2 games left to go. We are your Bundesliga champions, so we will pick up silverware there. But can we win the Champions League? That is the main one. We want Champions League, and we want that now. Now, before we get into the Champions League final against Real Sociedad of all teams, they took down PSG 4-3 on aggregate. We'll do a full-on season wrap-up here. We finished first in the league, winning it by 12 points over Borussia Dortmund. Bayern Munich finished in 4th. The DFB Pokal winners is Mainz. They win it 2-1 against Union Berlin. The other European finals, obviously, you know, the Champions League. Lazio beat Newcastle in the Europa League. And then in the Conference League, it's Napoli losing to Aston Villa. So 1 English, 1 Italian, and possibly 1 Spanish or Germany. So we'll have at least 3 different nations winning European competitions this season. Will it be Bayer Leverkusen or will it be our Real Sociedad? We're at the Benfica Stadium, so off to Portugal we go. And let's see what these boys can do. Here we go, the Champions League final. I'm playing it, which is a risk with me playing it in a back 3 formation. I absolutely hate it. And Anthony starts the game off by setting the ball out of bounds for a throw-in. Of course he did. Of course Anthony did that. Dordo now, Hugo Dordo. Jonathan Tah has to come across to try and help. It's out wide to Baran. Baran Hugo Dordo, and it's 1-0 for Real Sociedad. They take the lead here, 7 minutes in. Told y'all, I hate 3 backs. Palacios with a half interception, and then out wide to Martinelli. Over the top for Garnacho. Garnacho waiting for Anthony to make the run. He will slot that to Anthony. And Anthony now. Anthony off of the crossbar. Martinelli rebound, no. It'll fall for Martinelli. Switching it over towards Garnacho. Alejandro Garnacho heads it down. It will fall to Antony. Former Manchester United teammates partnering up together. Couldn't be on the same page on the last little interaction there. We should be 1-1. It could be 1-1. Antony on the ball. Still Antony. Who's making a run? That was a center back, so we're not going to find him. It's Constant now on the ball. And it's Constant, the young Greek man. He finds the back of the net. 1-1 here in Benfica Stadium in Portugal. We draw a level. Cristante. But on. We don't really have. Where's our other center back? Hugo Dordo save. Yoan Garcia made the save. Schlotterbeck fouled. It's a penalty for Real Sociedad. I mean, that's 100% a pen too as well. It's annoying. Sukic now to take the lead, and Yoan Garcia, he saved the initial shot before the pen. He'll save the penalty here now. Corner for Real Sociedad. Real Sociedad put on the corner short. Gramado intercepts it. Gramado, who's a center mid now. He is no longer a left mid. Can he switch the field over to the right-hand side of the field? Out wide for Antony. What a ball that is. Antony, do something with it. Find Boniface. Nope, never mind. Out wide to Martinelli. That touch is awful. Gabriel. Victor Boniface. Intercepted. Boniface back to Martinelli. Switching the field over to Antony. Headed down in the box. The defenders deal with it. And that is halftime. The 45 minutes are gone. Relatively split here between us. It's 1-1 at the break. Hugo Dordo. Intercepted by Nkape. Clearance is not the best. Nkape has to get back now. He tries. He doesn't. It's back in the box. Zukic. And Cristante got the ball. Yoan Garcia, fantastic save. Cristante. Cristante, 2-1. Real Sociedad take the lead with 8-10 minutes left to go. Martinelli, Constant, Victor Boniface, back to Constant. And the youngster will draw level. Their lead did not last long. It's 2-2. Garnacho intercepts, but then wins the ball back. Nkape into Palacios. Over the top for Antony. That's a great ball by whoever it was. And Antony overran it just a little bit. The cutback is beautiful. And Constant to possibly win it. 3-2. Bayer Leverkusen take the lead here in the Champions League final. 81 minutes gone by. Roughly 10 minutes left to go. We're up 3-2. And of course, it's a guy that I can't pronounce scoring. The only guy on the team I can't pronounce is the one scoring the goals to win it. Sukic. And Sukic breaks free. And Sukic breaks free now. And it's 4-4, 3-3. That was poor defending by myself. And that's what happens when you have a three-back and you defend like that. Constant out wide. Garnacho headed down for Antony. Antony, second ball, no. We are either going to extra time or Real Sociedad is going to win it here. Or maybe we can win it. Nkape now into a Constant. And Constant now. Victor Boniface is there. Victor Boniface to win it. Bayer Leverkusen are your Champions League winners with the last kick of the game. 4-3 win for the German Giants. Erik Ten Hag gets his hand on the biggest trophy of them all. The UEFA Champions League belongs to Bayer Leverkusen. There is that trophy, and there is the man to lift it, Jonathan Tah, who in real life I believe is going to Bayern Munich in the summer. But for now, he will lift that trophy here for Bayer Leverkusen, champions of Europe. We didn't really change too many players. We kept Gramado, we kept Palacios. We changed our cam formation, obviously losing Florian Wirtz, and then obviously right mid losing Frimpong. We have a Bayer Leverkusen striker. We have a Bayer Leverkusen backline with the addition of Schlotterbeck. Yoan Garcia, obviously a new goalkeeper, that's it. Waneri didn't really play too much, but out on the right, Antony, who is a key prospect or possibly a key transfer player for Erik Ten Hag in this summer window. That could be something that could actually be realistic. Gabriel Martinelli, he was part of a Florian Wirtz swap deal It's kind of dumb to change that down. Obviously, Granit Xhaka, who's on the bench, he didn't get any game time in today. But we are your champions of Europe. That is the end of this rebuild. If you did enjoy it, leave a like and subscribe. And we'll be back on Wednesday for another rebuild. Until then, peace out.